All right, guys, I haven't done a video like this in a while, but we have a snow day. I closed down the gym because the roads are getting bad and it's still snowing. It's about 2:30 and it's still coming down. It's been coming down all morning. But, all right, I'm going to get into it, man. I watched last night the Love is Blind Season 6, the reunion. I ended up watching the whole season. I haven't really watched this show before, but for some reason, my girlfriend got me hooked and I end up watching it. And I'm like sitting there like, wow, this is crazy. So most of y'all know the show. You meet some people in the pods, sight unseen. You see if there's a connection. And if there's a connection, then you propose. And hopefully a couple of weeks down the road, you end up marrying them. And it's all good and well when you talking and you get to know their personality and you build that connection. But then sooner or later, you have to actually physically meet them. And then more importantly, you have to actually be around them and sort of like date while being engaged. This is only a small, short time process. I've been on a reality TV show. Most of those shows last about 6 weeks. So I'm assuming, I can't remember how long they said this was, but it's roughly around that 6 to 8 weeks. And you got to go from like just meeting a person to like marrying them and somehow trying to integrate them into your life. Now, that's the premise on the show. Not even going to stress that. I just want to talk about two people. And I think I can guess the two people I want to talk about. Well, maybe you can guess because it's a couple other people. Hey, man. Ali. Chill. Because there's a lot of people on the show and they all got stories and it's kind of crazy. But I think the two people that like, one really, really, truly resonated with me. Two, I thought got a bad light that I don't think it was fair. Right? So I'm going to start with the second one because it's a little bit easier. Trevor came on and he got hammered. I guess he must have had a girlfriend or some girl he was dating. And then he went on the show to get married to another girl, but how you going to do that when you already have a girl back home or someone you seen, someone you got strong affection for? I thought he got hammered. I kind of understood. I did. For some reason, I understood. I understood for a couple of different reasons. One, you dealing with a girl who you got feelings for, maybe because you got history, you've been through some stuff, but in your heart of all hearts, she just ain't the one. And now you got an opportunity to go on a show to potentially meet the one. And I think like timing was bad, but that's the way life goes. You can jump in an opportunity because you may actually meet your person. Yes. Do you still got someone back home you're going to have to deal with in some form or fashion when you get off the show? Yeah. But I do understand why you would take that risk. Because you definitely have a potential to meet the love of your life. And if you're really going to commit to the process, it may have worked out for you. And he came that close. Now, the only question I have for him is if he would have got picked by Chelsea, how would he have handled that situation? Would he be going back and forth between the two girls, or would he cut it off with the old girl and been fully committed to Chelsea? Now, the other part was, when he came off the show, he instantly started texting her, hey, I miss you. I want to marry you. Boom, boom, boom. I get that too, man. I get that too. This dude just got, in some ways, dumped, heartbroken. So typically, you're going to run back to what's comfortable. You're going to run back to that pillow, which happened to be the girl who, weird enough, knew that he was going on the show. So I don't know if I look at him as some bad guy. I think it was bad timing. I do think he could have been a little bit more honest, but I do understand why you would take that risk. All right, Trevor, whatever, we move on. But the guy, obviously, that resonates the most with me is, man, dang, I forgot his name. Is it Chad? Is it Chad Cole? I can't remember, I forgot his name. 80s man. And the reason why I believe he resonated most with me is because I understand how you can self-sabotage. I understand that how you can take things with you from your past, things you have experienced, things you grew up with, and take it into a relationship and ruin it. I have done it multiple times. I've hurt multiple women, and I'm not proud of it. I have dealt with a lot of demons when it comes to dating women because I didn't understand how to deal with my feelings because I wasn't taught that. It's like he said, and the other guy Brett said, coming from a broken home, like my mother and my father was never together. My father was never married. I never even fully seen him in a real relationship. In my neighborhood, I'd never even seen a functional relationship. Like I've talked about this so much, I think it resonates with so many black men, particularly black men, but you could say all men, but I know for sure, speaking of from where I come from, particularly black men, we are typically raised in broken homes where we don't have a father to teach us how to deal with relationships, how to deal with temptations, how to deal with commitment. And the only thing we are given is the streets. You know what I'm saying? Through music, through the homies on the corner. And the only thing that teaches us is two things. Excuse my language. Fuck bitches, get money. And typically we do well in both, right? We know how to get money, we know how to hustle, and we know how to do the other thing too. And that usually lead us to our demise, especially when it comes to relationship. Because we jump into these relationships with great women that we found to be so awesome, but then we get tempted and we step out and do a bunch of dumb shit. And we don't know how to say no, we don't know how to walk away, we don't know how to talk about it, we don't know how to bring it up, and we just keep it inside and we consistently keep making the same mistakes over and over and over, even when you present it with something so beautiful. So, and also to be raised in a household, whereas, I mean, my man was raised in a household, once again, I can't remember his name, I don't know, Chad or Cole, I started with a C. But my man was raised in a household where he saw his father cheating. You know, I was raised in a household where I just didn't see my father with any functional relationship. He had girlfriends here and there, but it was always like ripping and running. You know what I'm saying? He was mostly about his money. He was mostly about work, but it was never like, hey, settle down with this woman, treat this woman like this, you know, be honest, be committed, be loyal. Like those are things I just never saw. So I didn't see those repetition. And I'm assuming my man is the same way. And how we deal with that as an adult, it tends to manifest in really bad ways. And it leads to a lot of heartache to people who don't deserve it. And once again, if you know my story, and I've been totally honest with this, like people knew, like I've had these issues, you know. And I'm lucky enough, I'm blessed enough to have a woman right now who understood my issues and, if I'm honest, had to deal with some of it, if not a lot of it, but stuck with me and helped me seek out the help that I needed to make changes. Because most of my exes, once they saw my faults, they ran for the hills, and rightfully so. No one wants to deal with stress. No one wants to deal with drama. When you make certain mistakes, sometimes there's no coming back from that. But I never had someone who sat down and said, like, I'm really mad, I'm really pissed off, but I really love you, and I'm going to work through this with you. We're going to find a way, if you're willing to put in the work. If you are willing to put in the work. And what does put in the work means? Yes, go see therapy. First of all, be as forthcoming as possible. Start off with just being honest. Start off with just speaking your words and staying true to it. Go and see the therapy. Being consistent with that. And even if you're not in therapy, maybe you're watching videos, you're reading books, you're having conversations, you're seeking out mentors, you being open and honest with your friends, you running in better circles, you have other outlets that can help you stay away from the things that could bring you back to your old behaviors. There's so many things you can do to put in the work, but to have a woman who's going to sit there and be like, I'm not leaving you just yet. I'm going to give you the chance to make those corrections. Because a lot of times we don't get those opportunities. A lot of times when people see you fail or see you fuck up, they judge you by that. And that's something that's like, is going to stay in their minds forever. And they can't get past that. They can't get past the anger. They can't get past the hurt. And I really, really love how, I really want to say his name's Clay. I really love how Clay gave a shout out to Brett, because as a brother, we don't have those role models. We don't have those guys where you look up to and be like, I see what he's doing, man. I've never seen that before, but I see what he's doing, and I want to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't think of a man that I looked up to. Outside of like athletes and superstars and whatnot, I can't think of a man that like I look up to, and he's real. He ain't a movie star. He ain't a TV show. He's not no, he's not no, because you watch a lot of TV shows and they're always showing a really good dad making all the best decisions and all that stuff. But it's not real, man. I ain't real life. That's not something like I could reach out and touch. But to see a real man go through some of the same struggles and find a way to be a better man, that's like, I watched that and I had to hold back tears. I still get emotional thinking about it, because it's like that love, that inspiration, it was like, it's what a lot of us need to see. We don't get to see it. I'm 42 years old and I still can't think of someone that I look up to like that, especially growing up, and it's difficult. And I think we get judged on our actions. People always talk about what we did, but not why we did it. You know what I'm saying? And they quick to judge you on that and then shut the door on you and leave you. And I've had so many people, so many past exes leave me because of that. And like I said, rightfully so. I don't think any woman should stay if they don't see the value in it. I'm just happy to bless to be with a woman who saw the value in me, even when I wasn't the man that I wanted to be, or wasn't a man that I said I was. And to come full circle to the place that we are at now, it's like such a beautiful thing. Like I am watching Tiffany and Brett. It's like, that's, from past season, I think season 4, that's beautiful, man. That's absolutely beautiful. Because I know Brett, if what he says is true, and how he came from a broken home and go through all this, much love to be the man who you are, and you are inspiration. I really hope you use your platform to spread that, because more brothers need to see it. People like Clay, people like myself. And for Clay, I love the fact that he is doing the work, being honest, and hopefully AD give him a second chance. I really hope that she does. I understand she got to deal with her own struggles, her own pain, and the trauma she went through. But like, sometimes that fire that burns and hurt could forge something super special. And I really, really hope that works out, because that's what I need to see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to show my sons and my daughters, things that I didn't get the chance to see. And I want them to, as I try to learn from my father's sins, although it's taking me a long time to learn, I'm hoping that my kids can learn from my sins early on. You know what the saying goes: smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. So I love that, man. Obviously, you got the Jeremy, you got the Jimmy situation. Those are all kind of wild, crazy situations, and I think hopefully all of them got get their lives together. But that Clay one, man, that hit me, man. That really hit me, and I really appreciate they sharing. I really appreciate how forthcoming, how honest Clay was, and I really hope that AD give him a second chance. All right, I know I was a little bit long-winded, and I know I got a little bit emotional. I think I got some stuff here that I'm still dealing with, and but it was a damn good season. Yeah, it got me spilling the tea. And I was sitting there watching me eat my popcorn. Yo, it was mad crazy, y'all. Like me, it was dope. It was dope. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I really feel like us brothers should have more conversation. It doesn't even have to be black or not, because I think white, Hispanic, Asian, Native